photographers, it's Michelle, and if you can't tell by the title already, we are talking all things Honeybook today. I'm so excited. Honeybook is the software I use to manage all my photography clients. It's how I send contracts, invoices, how I schedule them with my calendar, all my email templates, everything is within Honeybook. And I wanted to create this mini series, so there will be a couple videos, because when I talk to photographers about Honeybook, I usually hear a couple objections, which are totally valid. The first objection I hear when I talk to photographers about Honeybook is that it's overwhelming, right? It's a very robust, it's a huge program, and as photographers and small business owners, our time is very limited as is, and it seems exhausting to try to learn a new program, especially if you don't even know if it's going to be a good fit for you. So I hope that over these next few videos, I can really give you clarity on whether it's going to be useful for you, and also so that you can get going like right away with Honeybook if you choose to do so. And the second objection I hear a lot is that it's expensive, right? And when you are bootstrapping everything and every dollar counts, especially because it feels like everything in photography is really expensive to begin with, it has to be worth your money, right? And it has to add real value to your life and your business. So again, I'm hoping that these videos will help you decide if that's true. And also, to make it a little bit sweeter, I do have a code right now that gets you 8 months. Let me repeat that, 8 months for only $1 a month. That means you can use the full program in all its capacity, really dive in, use it, make sure it works for you for 8 months for only $1 a month. And if afterwards you're like, I'm not sure if I want to use that, then you're only out $8. I don't know any other company or program that offers something like that, which I think is an amazing deal. That's how I started. It wasn't for 8 months, but it was some kind of referral code link that I used to really dive in to give me time to see if Honeybook was for me. So I will use that, or leave that link down in the description box below. And being totally transparent, if you choose to use it and eventually go on to use Honeybook, I do get a small kickback for that. So if that makes you weird or you don't like doing things like that, you definitely don't have to use it. But obviously it really supports me. And if you do, thank you so much. That's what allows me to keep creating videos like this and helping you and create content. So thank you again if you use that link. But without further ado, let's jump in. I want to show you exactly what I would do today if I was just starting Honeybook. Okay, so once you create your account, this is going to be like your main landing page whenever you log into honeybook.com. I'm not going to go over all this stuff right now, but just know it's like an overview snapshot of everything you got going on. So the first thing I actually want you to do is go up to your little profile person. If you don't have a picture up yet, obviously you can add one, but you're going to go to company settings. Okay, so this is where we put in all your brand elements. So populating your business, which I think is the fun part. So you're just going to put your company name, the type of company you are. You're probably a photographer, you're watching this. So put photography, your email, website, phone number. And then you get to put your brand elements in. So your logo, you can upload your logo, secondary logo. So if you have a couple different variations of your logo, default header image. So this is the image that's going to be on the top of any file you send, like invoice, contract, all that stuff. You can change it within when you're making it, but this is going to be the default. So you can upload an image here and then add a couple different ones. If there's some that you want to rotate, like a family session and a senior session and a wedding session, you can have a couple different logos. And then Honeybook gives you a preview what that would look like. So that would be the banner image, the project title, and then the information that you're sending, which is really cool. Then if you scroll down, there's the email signature. So a lot like Gmail, if you're familiar with that, you can have a signature that just auto-populates as well, which is really nice. So we can edit this, obviously name your website, your phone number. You can link within your signature, which is really cool. And all you need to do that, to link to your website, is just highlight the text that you want to link to, click the link button, enter the URL of your website, and then hit enter, and it'll hyperlink. So we'll highlight the text, link, and then say okay. And then whenever someone's in your email, they can click on that hyperlinked text, and it'll take them right to where you want to go, which is really cool. You can also add an image if you want, like a bio image here as well, which is really a nice feature to have as well. And then I forgot to mention that you can edit your colors of your buttons and everything to your brand colors as well by clicking on that and choosing. If you have a hex code, you can just enter it there just to make sure everything is up to code and how you want it to look like your brand. And then preferences. So this is when you want it to Honeybook to notify you, so you can go through and tell it how many times you want it to notify you. So you can kind of look through there. This is pretty cool. So this is a client portal. So one of the things I like about Honeybook is what I can do is I can send my client a link to their client portal, and they create a username and password, so their email and their password. And then once they log in, they can see all the stuff within the project, which I'll show you in another video. But they can look at all the communication, all the payments they've paid, contracts, all that stuff in like one little hub. So it's really professional. So in order to do that, Honeybook gives you a link here at the top, so you can edit the link if you want to customize one, but I would just copy the link and then send it to them in an email and just say, here's your customized client portal that you can log in. So again, you can customize the screen here. You can change the color, and then you can see what it would look like, mobile version and desktop version. So that's really cool. So definitely just take a minute to edit that. Integration. So if you want to integrate with other like QuickBooks or something like that, you're welcome to do that. The really only integration that I use is Zoom, because I use a lot of planning Zoom calls. So that's really nice feature to have. They also have Calendly, but Honeybook actually has a really good scheduler inside of it, which we'll talk about in another video, but you're welcome to do that. If you have a team, you can work with a team, and then obviously your membership, like what you pay monthly to Honeybook, and then your bank details, which is really important. That's how you get paid, so you want to make sure all that info is in there as well. Okay, so once you get all your brand elements for your company all set up, the next thing I would do is create your contact form, because we want to integrate as much as we can Honeybook to your workflow and everything, especially your website. So you can actually do that with Honeybook. So the first thing you would do is you go up to Toolbar. This is a great like cheat sheet of seeing everything that's within Honeybook and a way to access everything really quickly. So I use this all the time. So go to Tools and then My Templates. And there's a ton of templates here, which we will talk about in future videos, but you'll go down to contact forms, and then I'll show you my contact form real fast, just to see an example. It's really simple. If you're a wedding photographer, you might want something really robust, so you can edit this really easily. So for example, let's just create a new one just for tutorial purposes. Okay, so here's what you will start out with if you create a contact form from scratch. What's also cool is that Honeybook suggests, like if you need a template to start from, you're not sure how you want to design it, they'll give you some examples to check out, so you can see, you can use, you can live preview it, you can use the template as set up, which is really cool. If you're like, man, I'm not a design person, so like for instance, you want to use this template, you just click use template, and then it'll populate in here. And then as you scroll over, you can see each section of what you can edit, which is cool. So like obviously you can edit the name, your name, all your info for your business, change the image. You can obviously change all these fields to however you want it to be. If you want to add a field, you'll just see this plus sign, and it'll give you all these options of what you can add. You can add drop down menu for boxes. You know, if you want like if you want them to choose something, you can do that. Multiple choice, short text, long text. Do an example like a short test. So when would you prefer your session? And then you can do a preview text here. So this will be nice because this will show up in your contact form and just helps the person filling out your form to understand what you're looking for a little bit more. So you can put like August or something like that. And that way when it shows up on your contact page, it'll show August. But obviously once they type in what they want, it won't show up on that in your contact form. If that makes sense. So you can design again, you can change all the colors in here, go up to design, and then there's colors here, so you can pick which colors you want that fit your branding. Same with fonts. So just to make sure it gets as close to what you feel is your brand. And then let's say that you got all your contact form design ready to go, then you're going to hit publish. And it's going to generate this link. So now this is the link that you'll copy onto your website. And if you guys want me to do a video on how to do it and show it, because that's the website I use, I'm happy to show you. It's really easy. But if you don't have it, show it, you'll just have to see where you need to put your link in order to populate. So what that looks like, I'll show you. So this is what it looks like on my website. So what happens is once someone submits all this information, then it automatically gets into my Honeybook as an inquiry. So Honeybook will notify me that someone has inquired about my services and to respond to them, and it'll already create them as what they're called a project. So Honeybook is your clients and stuff will be called projects. So it'll automatically create all that info, have their email and stuff ready for you. So it's really nice and it's really easy to use. So I would definitely, this is just like a really easy way to integrate your website with Honeybook. So I would get your contact page up and running. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about today is email. So getting your email templates ready to go. So again, we're in our templates. So again, you can go in tools, my templates if you're not there already. And then you're gonna go down to emails. Now Honeybook has a whole, so I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom. It has a whole bunch of like, you'll see this default. So they already have templates in there that you can start with. So especially when you choose what kind of service you're in, like photography, it's going to auto-populate some, templates that you can start to work from. So if you don't already have templates to work from, I'd highly recommend. But if you've been at this game for any amount of time, then you probably have templates that you've saved or canned responses in Gmail, something that you use. So especially the emails that you use a lot, like inquiry emails, like session reminder emails, stuff like that, I would get them created here in your email template because you're going to use them a lot. So what's cool about Honeybook, so I'm going to show you, for example, let me do my inquiry one because I use that one the most. And don't worry, you don't have to screenshot this. I actually have this template, exactly what I use, and you can customize yours. So if you want to get a free inquiry email template, you can look at the description box below, and I have that freebie for you. So a couple things to note that's really cool about Honeybook is they use what's called smart fields. So if you can see on the screen, it says first client, first name. So once you create a project for them, you'll fill out their name and their email in order to create a project for them. You can insert this smart field and it's going to automatically put their first name in it. So if the client's name is Jill, it'll say, "Hi Jill," without you having to go in and customize all that, which is cool. You also can link things that you want to have people directed to. So in order to link the text, again, you just highlight the text you want, and then you're going to go up to link. And then you insert your link here and you'll just click enter or insert and it'll create a hyperlink. And so it'll always redirect that person to there. And then what's also really cool about Honeybook is you can put attachments in your email template. So then you don't have to go and hunt for it on your computer every time you want to send them an attachment. So all you can do again is just hit insert. And then if you have a library of stuff, you can click there or upload and upload from your computer from there. Just a special note, there is a 15 megabyte limit, and so some PDFs like a pricing guide or something can be a little large, so you want to compress that file before uploading into Honeybook, just so you have the room for it. And then again, you're going to want to title the titles up here and then the title of the subject email line. So let's do one together just for an example. So create new. Again, we're going to, let's say test inquiry email. And just say photography info, your brand. Oops. So then we want to go hi, and then this is where we insert that smart field to this little square guy and say add client name, and then maybe put an exclamation mark, and then write the body of your text that you're so excited to work with them and to, for more pricing info, see attached PDF, or however you want to say that. And then you can attach your guide there. I'm just going to put something that I know I already have in there. And then what's cool too is we can also add our signature because we created that in the company settings, remember? So if we want to do that, we just click that and it automatically populate whatever we put for our signature. And then you'll see at the top it says all changes saved. So that's an important note too. You don't have to click save anywhere in Honeybook. It'll automatically keep saving it, kind of like Google Drive, but just make sure you wait for this. Sometimes it says, saving changes or whatever, so it'll tell you when it's all saved. And then once you go back to your kind of library, there it is, test inquiry email, and then it's all set up to go. And anytime you use an email, you can look at your drop-down menu of templates and choose the one you want, and then you'll be off to the races. So that's a quick overview. If you've done everything in this video, then you'll have your brand company set up with all your signature, your colors, as well as your contact form that you can set up with your website so you can get all your inquiries running to one hub, which is really nice. And then you'll also get your email set up. But all right, guys, and then next time we're going to talk about getting your packages and pricing in Honeybook, as well as contracts and what that looks like to set those up. So I hope to see you guys in the next one.